Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Samitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Jalam Sagara Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamsham Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Panchakalpatarvyacha Vipasindhuryaevacha Patitana Pavanevya Vaishnavevyo Namo Namah Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Anybody remembers the verse Satam Prasangam Namavidya Sampido? I'm trying to remember this. Anybody remember? Can you have it in your cell phone? Maybe? Satam Prasangam Namavidya Sampido Bhavanti Shvanarasana Tadya Shalada Shatavarga Vatmani Shradhagatir Bhakti Anukrameshyati. Beautiful verse. Everybody should learn this verse. Okay. Here it is. Almost there.
It's in the third canto, Maharaj.
Third canto?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the third canto, the chapter.
So 25th.
On the next book. Yeah.
So,
Is it here?
Yeah, that's part 2.
Chapter 20?
5.
25, yes, that's the word. 25, 25.
Yes.
And now I remember. Now I remember. There it is. We just opened the page and it came out. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Satam Prasangam Mamavirya Samvido.
Satam Prasangam Mamavirya Samvido.
Bhavanti Vikarma Rasayana Kata.
Bhavanti
Tadyoshanada Shopavarga Vartmani.
Tajjoshanadasva Apavarga Vartamani.
Shradharatir Bhakti Anukrameshyati.
Shraddharatirbhaktiranukramishati
Satam prasanga mama virya samvido
Satam prasanga mama virya samvido
Bhavanti karma rasayanat kata
Bhavanti karnarasayana kata
Adhyashanada shopavarga vartmani
Tadyoshanaga swapavarga vartamani
Shraddharati bhaktiranukramishati
Shraddharatirbhaktiranukramishati
Please chant.
Satam prasangam mama virya samvido
Satam prasanga mama virya samvido
Bhavantarit kana rasayana kataha
Bhavanti karnarasayana kata
Josana raspapa varga patmani
Tadyoshanaga swapavarga vartamani
Bhartir bhattir krukamishati
Anybody else? The ladies, please.
Satam prasangam mama virya samvido
Satam prasanga mama virya samvido
Bhavantirit karna rasayana kathaha
Bhavanti karnarasayana kata
Tajoshanat ashva apavarga vartmani
Tadyoshanaga swapavarga vartamani
Shraddharatir bhaktiranukramishati
Shraddharatirbhaktiranukramishati
Yes, chant. Anybody else?
Satam prasangan mama virya samvido
Satam prasanga mama virya samvido
Bhavantirit karna rasayana katha
Bhavanti karnarasayana kata
Tajoshanadasva apavarga vartamani
Tadyoshanaga vartamani
Shraddharatir bhaktiranukramishati
Shraddharatirbhaktiranukramishati
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Word by word, please repeat. Satam
Satam
of pure devotees.
Apyurvavati
Prasanga
Prasanga
through the association.
through the association
Mama,
Mama,
my, Virya,
Virya
wonderful activity.
wonderful activity
Samvida,
Samvida
by discussion of
by discussion of
Bhavanti,
Bhavanti
become, great to the heart, Karna, to the ear, Rasa ayana, pleasing, Kata, the stories, Tat, of that, Yoshana, by cultivation, Ashu, quickly, Apavarga, of liberation, Bhatmani, on the path, Shraddha, firm faith, Rati, attraction, Bhakti, devotion, Anukramishati, will follow in order. In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation, and thereafter he is free, and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begin. Purport. The process of advancing in Krishna consciousness and devotional service is described here. The first point is that one must seek the association of persons who are Krishna conscious and who engage in devotional service. Without such association, one cannot make advancement. Simply by theoretical knowledge or study, one cannot make any appreciable advancement. One must give up the association of materialistic persons and seek the association of devotees. Because without the association of devotees, one cannot understand the activities of the Lord. Generally, people are convinced of the impersonal feature of the Absolute Truth because they do not associate with devotees. They cannot understand that the Absolute Truth can be a person and have personal activities. This is a very difficult subject matter, and unless one has personal understanding of the Absolute Truth, there is no meaning to devotion. Service or devotion cannot be offered to anything impersonal. Service must be offered to a person. Non-devotees cannot appreciate Krishna consciousness by reading the Srimad Bhagavatam or any other Vedic literature wherein the activities of the Lord are described. They think that these activities are fictional, manufactured stories, because spiritual life is not explained to them in the proper mood. To understand the personal activities of the Lord, one has to seek the association of devotees. And by such association, when one contemplates and tries to understand the transcendental activities of the Lord, the path to liberation is open and he is free. One who has firm faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes fixed, and his attraction for association with the Lord and the devotees increases. Association with devotees means association with the Lord. The devotees who makes this association develops the consciousness for rendering service to the Lord, and then being situated in the transcendental position of devotional service, he gradually becomes perfect. Om Agyanti Mirantasya Nandana Chashurunitana Tasma Shri Ravina Ugam Karoti Vachanam Pangulam Gayate Girim Yatri Padamaham Vande Shri Guru Nitaranam. Very well. So, Satam means pure devotees, and Asal means materialistic, who are only interested in Asal, in what is temporary. And those who are interested in the eternal is called Satam. They are interested in the eternal. They know this life of 50, 100 years is not the all in all. We are not meant only to live for 100 years like the goal, no. We are meant to live forever. Because we are not these material bodies, we are eternal souls, encaged in the body. So now in this human form of life, we can try to understand that. Such an important subject. The society is headless. There's no direction, no spiritual direction. So that's why so many problems. So to give society knowledge is the greatest gift to society, greatest service to society. Sometimes, they have this saying, Manav Seva, Madhav Seva. But this is wrong. Because Manav, the human being, is not Madhav, is not God. We are a part of God. When Prabhupada, my Guru Maharaj, visited South America, I met him there for the first time, 1975, different group of people came to speak with him. One of the group was a yoga group, and another group was a metaphysical group. Some psychiatrists also came, professors, university came. So the yoga professor came with the students. My Guru asked him, do you believe in God? He said, yes, of course, we believe in God, but he can't have form or name because that will be a limitation. So some people think like that God can't have name or form because it will be a limitation. But my Guru was very patient, very tolerant. He asked him, so do you believe that God created the universe? He said, yes, of course. I said, okay, so we, human beings, with our tiny brain, we made this big airplane, 747, for 500 passengers, maybe 100 to 100 of those airplanes, and with our tiny brain. But God, with his unlimited brain, he made millions of planets floating in space. Do you accept that? And the teacher said, Master, do you mean that God has a brain? Brahma said, yes, thank you for confirming, yes. Brain means a person. Then he explained to him the three aspects of the absolute truth. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaneti, Shabhyate. One aspect, partial aspect of God is unlimited energy. Formless energy. And that energy comes from Him, from His body. Like in the morning, if you see the sun through the window, you can study, you see some molecules floating in this sun rays. One of such molecules is 6 atoms together, like that. Bhagavatam explains that. So this book's written 5,000 years ago speak about the atom. How long ago they discovered the atom? 100 years maybe? Bhagavatam already knew about this. So that's, you study the sun rays, and you want to know from when the sun comes, grand sun rays come, you go out, you see the sun, isn't it? There. You feel, first you feel it on your head, the heat of the sun. First it's localized also. It's everywhere, but it's localized heat also on my head. And you want to know the origin, then you look, it's coming from the sun planet. So these are the three aspects of the absolute truth. Brahman means all-pervading energy everywhere. Paramatma, the Lord in the heart, is also localized in the heart of every living being. Not only that, in every atom. One big scientist, some years ago, he won a Nobel for physics. He said very humbly, we only know that there is something inside the atom that is moving. Neutron, proton. But we don't know why or how. We just know there's something moving. But Bhagavatam explained this happened because Paramatma entered the atom. He gave energy to the atom. So, unless the soul, the spirit, or supreme spirit entered the universe, there is no life in the universe. It's lifeless, it's matter. So higher than matter is the consciousness. But unfortunately, Thakin think from matter came life, which is completely wrong. Life came from matter. No, life came from life. A stone can give birth to land. So in the same way, from high to down, from God to us, to human, life comes. That's the process of descending. The same thing with the knowledge. The knowledge is also coming down, from higher to lower. It's not by mental speculation we're going to arrive to the right conclusion, So they say, for example, the Darwin's evolution. We came from the apes. How can something lower give birth to something higher? Doesn't make sense. No. It's like saying we will put in a big box all the ABCD letters and throw it in the air, and suddenly they will fall in perfect order. A, B, C, D, E, F, like that. It's imagination. It's fantasy. So, to believe that there is no God in control, like this famous scientist who died, what his name is Steve Hawking. He said, we don't need God to explain the universe. We have the laws of nature. A normal question would be, okay, and we agree with you there is laws of nature. Then who's the lawmaker? The laws don't make themselves. Such a common thing, common understanding, logic, escape their intelligence. Although they are big brain and big intelligence, escape their intelligence. Mayaya pahita gyan, their intelligence is stolen by illusion. But they pose as big scientists, to the world. Of course, many scientists believe in God, undoubtedly. So this atheism is creating havoc in society. Because if there is no God, no karma, nothing after that, then what is the use of being good? To get what you want doesn't matter if you cheat, lie, steal, even kill. Who cares? After all this life finished, everything finished. So this atheism taking people to be immoral, to be bad people. I mean, at least to offer an opportunity to be like that. To have justification to misbehave. Because after all, there is nothing controlling anything. Everything by chance. You know the Big Bang theory came from a religious person. He was a monk, astronomer, and he was studying the cosmos. But his idea was to prove God's existence. He was a religious person. Because before the Big Bang theory, there was another theory. And that theory was that universe is not created, it's eternal. So there is no creator. It always was there, forever. So no creation took place. That was the previous theory about the universe. But this religious man, astronomer, he, through the years studying the cosmos with a big telescope, he found out that the galaxies are distancing themselves from each other. So he came with mathematical, precise calculation that the universe is expanding because they are distancing from themselves through the years. So expansion means has to have beginning. So he wanted to prove that there was creation. And if there is creation, there must be creator. There is no creation without creator. I mean, a child is born because parent created the child. Without parent, there is no child. So in the same way, how we are here and there is no Supreme Father, because everybody has a father, mother, and they have father, mother, right? Parent. When you reach the person that has no parent, that is God. So how everything started in the first place? Who was the person to create the first parents? It is common sense, logic. Krishna consciousness is about common sense and logic to understand the universe, to understand who we are, why we are in this world, what is there after that. But they twisted this idea of creation to say everything happened by chance. Nothing was there to control anything. It was a big explosion, Big Bang, matter exploded, and fragment became round-shaped planet, There is more fantasy to believe that. Why some of them come rectangular, different shape? Why they all of them get the same round shape? Only by chance. I mean, there is more fantasy than to believe there is a God controlling this thing. So they think people who believe in God are fools or something. They are the fools. We should challenge them. Don't be afraid, because it is the truth. It is the truth. So I'm much very worried for children, young people going to school and learning all this Darwins and Big Bangs. I remember a few years ago I was in Argentina, and one lady devotee approached me and asked me to speak with her 11 years daughter because she was confused. Because the mother would tell her there is God, Krishna created the universe, but at school they're telling her no God, Big Bang, evolution, We also believe in evolution, but not the Darwin way. The Vedas, Padma Purana explained that the soul is evolving from lower species to higher species. The soul. So Darwin, he spoke about evolution from down to high, but he doesn't say the soul is evolving. He says only the body is evolving. Why? Because he was Christian, and the Christians don't believe that the animals have soul. That's why he became atheist. He saw something going on, like that, but he could not understand that animals also have soul. Sometimes they did not know animals have no soul, therefore you can kill them, eat them, no problem. How can you say they have no soul? You're eating, animal is eating. You sleep, animal bleed. You can have wife, have children, animals also. If you are cut, blood comes, animal also. So all the similarity, how is that they have no soul? What is the proof that there is soul in the body? The proof is the soul that the body is alive. That's simple. If there is no life, there is no soul. Such simple matter escaped their intelligence. And it's amazing. It's amazing, My Guru Prabhupada went to Russia. He spoke with big scientists, very famous scientists. And after that, nothing is there. Finish everything. Once a group of scientists went to Africa to study the community of gorillas. So they made contact with such community, and they were teaching them how to communicate with them with hand signs, like that. You teach a deaf person like that. So they were able to communicate with them. And for example, a scientist will ask gorilla, "Where are you going now?" "Oh, I'm taking bath in the river, and then I'm gonna have some bananas and take a nap." "Oh, very good for you." They were able to communicate like that. Then one day, one of the gorilla died. So his wife was there crying. Gorillas are monogamous. They have only one partner all life. That's one good thing human can learn from them. Be faithful to your wife, to your husband, not cheating. Learn that's good thing from gorilla you can learn, not everything else. So anyway, so they asked the she gorilla, "What happened to your husband?" "He doesn't exist anymore. Finish everything for him." So if somebody thinks there is no life after death, it's no more intelligent than a gorilla. A gorilla thinks there is nothing after life, after death. So this is a very important subject. And those who believe in God, which are pious, very few people, many people believe in God in this country. They say, "In God we trust." But they trust more in the money, in the power than in God. That's the fact. So anyway, we have to clearly understand that God has three aspects. God is as both impersonal and personal at the same time. But the personal aspect is more important. Why is more important? Because from the person comes the impersonal. Is the origin. Brahmanohi pratishtaham. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, I am the origin of Brahman. From me the Brahman comes. And Paramatma is localized, also partial aspect of the Lord. Ishvara sarva bhutana videsha yunatishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani maya. Krishna said, I am directing the wanderings of the soul from one body to another. This body is like a machine. And the soul after death, they wander in different bodies, different planets, according to their karma. So I am directing all that. He's the supreme director. Because he's in the heart, you can't cheat God. He knows everything about you. What you think, what you do, everything. So there's a supreme witness. My Guru, when he was a child, he went to a Christian church in Calcutta, India. And the teacher was challenging. You say about karma, but who's the witness to know what you did or you did not? Of course, Paramatma is there in the heart, he knows everything. He's directing. There is no mistake. No possible mistake in the part of the Lord. No. Everything is perfect as should be. Nobody gets more or less than actually deserve because of his mentality and activities. So here it is recommended, since we are inclined to hear about other people's activity, especially famous people, politicians, sports people, artists like that, because they have some ability, some quality, attractive. So the word Bhagavan means the one who possesses all wonderful quality. Bhaga means quality and one who possesses. So God, Krishna, possesses these 6 qualities in full. Full beauty, full wealth, full wisdom, knowledge, full power, full fame, and full renunciation. You see, in this world, somebody is very rich, become famous, Rockefeller, something like that. Very famous, rich. And somebody is very beautiful, become also attractive, Miss Universe, like that. Somebody is very smart, big scientist, big brain, or famous, like that. Or powerful, has a lot of power, controlling people, dictator, like that. Or somebody is very renounced, is also attractive. When what is the name of this Alexander, the conqueror? He went to India, to try to conquer India also. He failed. He wanted to know the mentality of because people were offering respect to the sages. So he wanted to know, if I can bribe the sages, I can control the people. That was his idea. So he went to the forest and found some sage sitting there in meditation. So he stopped, he was on the horse, stopped in front of him, and I spoke to him. He had a translator, spoke to him. I am the conqueror, Alexander. You can ask from me anything you want. I can give you land, gold, anything you ask me. And the sage said, thank you, but I don't need anything. I'm satisfied with whatever I have. No, but you must ask me something. Please ask me something. All right. You are covering the sun. Move to the side so I can get some sun. Move aside with your horse. Covering the sun. So he understood these people can be conquered. They are not easily to be corrupted. But of course, corruption is everywhere. In India also there is corruption, especially nowadays. Maybe in previous ages was more difficult, but nowadays it's very common. At the time of the Emperor Akbar, who ruled North India, he had many ministers. One of his ministers, the famous Birbal. So one day, it was discovered that one of the ministers was corrupt. He was, taking money, bribes, and things like that. So he was corrupt. He was discovered. So the king was gonna throw him away, dismiss him. But the other minister who were friends with him, please give him another chance. He's a good man. He made a mistake first time, Birbal said no. Once a corrupt, it will be very difficult to stop being corrupt. Then one of his friends said, I can suggest a job where he can't be corrupt, no matter what. And the Akbar asked what job that will be. Put him to count the waves of the river Yamuna. Delhi is there, the river Yamuna. Put him to count the waves. Surely he can be corrupted. And Birbal said, a corrupt person will always find a way to be corrupt. Let's put it to test, the king said. All right, so they gave him the job. He was there, big notebook, and writing the number of the waves in the river. And after some time, a big boat passed through the river, some pilgrims, And he stopped them. Jai Shri Radha, Banki Bihari ki Jai. Janabale Subhadramaya ki Jai. Gauranga ki Jai. So big boat with pilgrims passed through, and he stopped them. He stopped the boat. And he spoke with the captain, with all of them. I am a minister to the king, and you stopped my job. I was counting the waves, and you passed with the boat, you made a problem for my job. Now you have to pay fine. I want 100 golden coins. Otherwise you go to jail. No, please, we are poor pilgrims, we can't pay that much money. We can pay you 50 silver coin, among all of us. But let us go, please, we want to do pilgrimage. No. Either 100 gold coin or you go to jail. And one of the men, he said, yes, we are going to give you 100 lashes. He took the bird out, was the king, and the bird out in disguise. We are going to give you 100 lashes. So, this is the nature of corrupt, they can't stop being corrupt. Unless somebody becomes God conscious, of course. That's a very important point, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives the formula, the peace formula for human society. He said, Bhaktaram yagya tapasam sarva loka maheshwaram suridam sarva bhuktanam yatumam shantim richati. Those who accept, understand that I am Bhaktaram, the enjoyer of all austerities, all sacrifices. Yagya tapasam. Sarva loka maheshwara. I'm the Lord and Master of all the universe, all the planets in the universe. Suridam sarva bhutana. I'm the best friend of everyone. Why God is our best friend? Because He wants the best for us. He's in our heart as a friend, not as an enemy. We all need to have a friend to rely on. Sometimes friend may not be reliable. When you are in trouble, they keep distance. When you are doing okay, they want. Something happens, these things happen sometimes. But God is always the best friend of everyone because He wants to see everybody happy. And He knows you can't be happy only with the material life. You have to have a spiritual life to be happy. Because we are a spirit soul, we need the spiritual happiness. The same way a fish needs water. If you put the fish outside the water, nice umbrella, nice girl, nice beer, fish is not happy. He needs the water to be happy. In the same way, we are a spirit soul, we need the spiritual life to be happy. So Krishna is giving in Bhagavad Gita the teaching how to be peaceful, how to be happy. Then if we accept that Krishna is Sarvaloka Maheshwara, the owner, the proprietor of the whole universe, then the society, all cheating or corruption will finish. Because everybody will respect God. God gave to this person this, I shall respect, but what God gave to anyone. We don't take what doesn't belong to us. Then imagine how society would be without corruption, without cheating, and all this would be a better society. So this philosophy, Krishna consciousness, can help society to become even better, even materially, and spiritually both. So it's a very important philosophy. It's not, Krishna didn't speak Bhagavad Gita only for the Hindus. He spoke for every soul. Everybody is a soul. Once I was traveling in the US, and we stopped to buy some water, and I saw one Indian man coming out of a McDonald's with a bag in hand. So I approached him asking, are you Hindu? Yes, I'm Hindu. This is burger you have in the bag? He was a little shy. I said, you Hindu should not eat like those, at least the mother cow. Even non-veg, they don't eat the cow. She has mother. He said, well, this is Melecha cow. The real cow are only in India. Here is Melecha cow. Only the real cow are with the hunchback. That's it. I thought in the Westerners we are not humans. Only those who are born in India are humans. So the mind, how trick you have to be careful not to be tricked by the mind. You can adjust anything with the speculation of the mind. So one has to give up speculation and try to understand the truth through the Shastra. Shastra, Sadhu, Guru. These three authorities will receive the knowledge. They are not going to cheat us. Never. So through this knowledge, we can gradually become perfect in knowledge. So we are above Paramatma, there is the God, the person, Supreme Person, Krishna. And he has activities. He has Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila. He has names, he has form, he has qualities and activities. And to know the activities of God is the highest knowledge. And to hear about God's activities from Satan, from pure devotees, is very pleasing to the ear and to the heart. And diminish our material suffering, and step by step increase our shraddha, or faith, rati, or attachment, and bhakti or devotion to the Lord increase step by step. So it's very important to hear this subject from the right source. Otherwise, I remember before I came to Krishna consciousness, I was practicing yoga. I was vegetarian. And the teacher would say, everything is one, everything is God. You are God, I am God, everything is one. I believed that for some time. Sometime my mother would tell me, if you misbehave, God will chastise you. How can you chastise me? I am God. But then one day, something happened. I have a toothache. I want to run to the dentist. I start doubting this philosophy. If I am God, why am I suffering so much? I think there is something wrong with this philosophy. So, we are a part of God. We can never become God, because God is always God. It's not God is under illusion, under ignorance, and has to be reminded, sir, you forgot you are God. Oh, really? I didn't know. Thank you for telling me. I mean, people believe so much crazy idea that we are God. Everything one, everything is God is everything, but everything is not God. That's the philosophy. Everything coming from God, but not everything is God. We are part of God. So, after speaking with the yoga teacher, he spoke with the lady leader of the metaphysical group. Metaphysical group, they study something beyond physical, metaphysical. They also have this idea impersonal. So, he was teaching the professor about God, and the professor said, Master, I'm convinced by your nice argument. Can you please, I'm a family man, I have a job, how can I practice spiritual life? And Prabhupada told him, you do as my student, you chant Hare Krishna. Oh, please teach me, I don't know how to chant. So he taught him to chant. So please repeat, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
So the teacher repeated the mantra, the devotee wrote it for him, gave him a pamphlet to read. So this lady metaphysics, she raised her hand, she was there with her student also. She said, for me this repetition of mantra Hare Krishna is some kind of self-hypnotism. Like some tribes in Africa, they chant different things, they enter into trance, something like that. Prabhupada said that is your opinion, you are not authority. Krishna's authority, and he said, Bhagavad Gita, Satatam Kirtayan Tomam. My devotees always chanting my glories. She said, well, for us, The authority in the Western world is the philosopher Saint Germain, some French philosopher. And according to him, the name of God that we should chant is I am. Prabhupada said, I am is not a name. God may have different names, Jehovah, Adonai, Allah, Krishna, Rama, Govinda, but I am is not a name. She said, well, in the Bible, God was asked, who are you? And he said, I am who I am. Prabhupada said, I'm not familiar with that part of the Bible. Any of my students know? Well, I said, yes, I read the Bible. It is when Moses was asked by God to free his people from slavery in Egypt. So Moses asked God, if they ask me who sent me, what should I say? And God told him, tell them I am who I am. He didn't want to give him his name, Anyway, Prabhupada said, that's all right. God can say I am. We can also say I am. But God's I am is not the same as our I am. When we say I am, we are the small part. When God say I am the all. The supreme. For example, he said, in the Bible it is said that God said, let there be creation, immediately there was creation. But if you're hungry, you say, let there be chapati. No chapati. You have to sweat to get the chapati. So there is difference between you and God. Shaka, well, Master, we are evolving. One day we will become God. Prabhupada said, there is no such evolution. The part can never become the all. Oh, she, oh, Master, we're going to never be one with the all. Prabhupada said, you are already in the all. We are already in the all. But we are part of it, not the all itself. It's like a part of a machine. You can say it is one with the machine. But the part is not the whole machine. It's only part of it. So, do you accept that we are part of God? She said, yes, Master, I accept. Prabhupada said, very nice. Bring the prasad. Now you can bring the prasad. Like that. So, Krishna consciousness is the use of intelligence or common sense or logic applicable to understand God and His energies and ourselves, what we are, why we are in this world, what happens after death. All these things we need to understand. And if we read Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, ask questions to the right person, then we can increase our knowledge. We are suffering in this world only due to ignorance. Because due to ignorance, we don't know what is the right thing to do, what is not, what is the wrong thing to do. We don't know. Some people speculate. For me, this is good. For you, maybe this is bad. I respect your opinion. You respect my opinion. Everything is relative. There is no absolute knowledge. But Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and His opinion is perfect, never mistake there. And what He said, everybody is suffering in this world due to the mind and the senses. Mamaivam so jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana manasastra indriyani prakritistani karashati. Everybody is struggling in this world to condition the mind and the senses. But they are part of me and they are eternal. So if we want to stop the struggle for existence, if we accept the Lord's teaching, the Lord's instruction, we can gradually make our life perfect, and in this same life achieve liberation. No more birth and death, samsara, repeated birth and death. We can stop that. If we surrender to the Lord and His teaching, then our life can change for better. So that's the purpose, to help human society understand this important, very important knowledge. That God is a person, ultimately is a person. And we have a loving relationship with Him we have forgotten. And this human life is to awaken this love and this gratitude to our Lord. This is great, great teaching, great philosophy. So thank you very much. If you have any comment, question, please do that. We can use a few minutes for that purpose. Yes.
My question is, you mentioned about the devotion and the liberation.
Yes.
And you also appreciation of the devotees.
Yes.
Correct my understanding. My understanding is, in order to get liberations, your karma needs to be clean. Either good karma or bad karma that take birth to next birth.
Yes.
So when you associate the devotees, that will be good karma. So then you will take birth again. So how the liberation happens in this case, unless you clean up your karma?
Association with devotee is not just good karma, it is akarma. There are three aspects of karma. Karma, vikarma, akarma. Karma, you do your duty, swadharma, whatever you do, varnashram, you have your job, you're a farmer, you're a businessman, you're a priest, you're this, you're that. That's karma, swakarma. Swadharma, that's karma. No? Vikarma is prohibited activities, the thing you should not do, because they bring entanglement, suffering, like meat eating, gambling, intoxication, etc. Well, the devotees in Krishna conscious movement, when they are initiated, they promise to give up these things. I don't know if I told you, I went to visit some few years ago the temple that was in Las Vegas. And the devotee picked me up at the airport. It was evening time. The neon start, the lights of the neon. And we have to pass through there. And there was big neon with colors, lights, saying, "Welcome to Las Vegas." And one big picture, color picture, was a bottle of wine and a glass. The other picture was meat, steak and knife. The other picture was half-naked girl dancing. And the other picture was a roulette, gambling. So I told the devotee, see, everything we don't do is here. They think everything, if you can't do this for thing one place, paradise. But they know it's bad. Otherwise, why they give the nickname Sin City, Las Vegas? They know it's not good. They know these things are not good. That's why they call it Sin City. So the idea is to give up sin, to become pious, to understand God. Otherwise, how can you start God if you remain sinful? How can you approach God? You have to give up sinful life, Prabhupada said, why are religious people not teaching their followers to become without sin? To give up sinful activities. So this is very important. So coming association with devotees not means only you get good karma. You get akarma. Akarma means no good nor bad. Activity that bring you liberation. And that is devotional service. You offer service to God without expecting any material benefit in return. Then that's akarma. Doesn't create good or bad karma. Create only bhakti, devotion. And only through devotion you can achieve God. No? Is that good? Very nice. So devotee teach about devotion to God, isn't it? And service to God. And that's beyond good or bad. That's transcendental. Any other comment or question? Yes? Anybody is coming here for the first time by chance? Oh, welcome everyone. Thank you for coming to visit our temple. How you get to know about the temple? By a friend, I guess. Yes, very nice. Oh, Mary Katie invited. Oh, wonderful. You're his mother.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I met you yesterday at the home program. How do you like this philosophy?
It's wonderful.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. Alex, very nice. All right. So, our guest would like to make a comment or question. Otherwise, you can.
I have a question.
Yes, please do.
So, like in our professional life, there's stress. Sometimes it so happens that some of our colleague, maybe who's our superior,
Yes.
or supervisor, does something we feel that is injustice, like it's not the right thing, and maybe we wish something bad within ourselves, right? Okay,
Yeah.
this person has not done the right thing for me. Something bad should happen to him. Even if something bad happens, also not happen. maybe, right? But that feeling within me, right? How to stop that feeling and what we can do to like it. I don't know if it relates to that karma or something, but how to stop that.
Okay, you explain to me what he said, because I could not grasp everything he said. Yeah, you said you were laughing because you understood what he said.
So he said that in his professional life, whenever like we have supervisors, right? Someone
Yeah.
who's above us.
Yes.
So if we feel that they're doing some injustice to us, then we get a feeling that something bad should happen to the supervisor.
Because of his controlling too much.
Yes, he's controlling too much, or maybe because I feel that he's doing some injustice to me.
Okay.
So what his question is how is that feeling bad? Like that feeling that I get that he should have something bad should happen to him. Is that bad or not? And if that's bad, then how do I stop it? How do I?
Very good question, very good question. We should not desire anything bad to anybody, you know. Remember the Christian saying, have the sin but not the sinner. That's a very good teaching, you know. Hate what is bad doing, but don't hate the person. Because he's acting only to do ignorance. He's acting badly toward you because he's in ignorance. So hate the ignorance, but not the person. We have to learn how to tolerate. In the Mahabharata it is said, if something does bad something to you unjustly, and you tolerate, you don't protest, the pious activity of that person will pass to you. So there is benefit of being tolerant. Any pious activity will pass to you if you tolerate injustice. So there's some benefit from being tolerant, practical tolerance. And also, my Guru Maharaj taught us why we should be tolerant. He was giving lecture, big hall in London, and one man stood up and started criticizing him, offending him. And the devotee wanted to ask him to leave the hall, but Prabhupada said, no, leave him alone, it's okay. And after that, the devotee asked, why did not allow us to throw him away? He was offending him. No, it's okay. Maybe in the past life I did something bad to him, now he's doing something bad to me, I have to be tolerant. So maybe you can think like that. Maybe in my past life I was the supervisor and I was on him giving you trouble. Now he becomes supervisor.